and welcome to episode 109 of Explode Your Expert Biz, show brought to you by gtex.org.uk. I'm your host, Simone Vincenzi, the expert strategist, and this is the podcast for experts who want to become the ultimate authority in their niche while making an impact in the world. And today the episode is about how to create a never-ending stream of leads from LinkedIn with the LinkedIn wizard Alla. Before we talk about the episode, is right now time to explore the tool of the day. This is something that I've started recently where I share with you the latest tool or that I've discovered or some softwares, apps, cool things that I use to make my life and business better. And this one is I found out about this tool by John Lee Dumas, which runs a podcast which is called Entrepreneur on Fire, which is one of the top podcasts on iTunes. I've been recently being interviewed for that show, for the top business podcast, which is Entrepreneurs on Fire. And I was watching one of his videos and he mentioned this tool called repurpose.io. So repurpose.io. How does it work? Repurpose.io helps you to repurpose your content in an easier way. And in particular, it helps you to do a few things. So have you ever seen on the Facebook feed kind of videos, if you're sharing a podcast, there is the video where it looks like with a still image and there is the sound waves popping out and moving to represent that the sound is going there. And they're pretty cool and they get quite a bit of engagement. So repurpose.io does it automatically. As soon as I publish my podcast episode, immediately it shares on Facebook, on my pages, on my groups, and on my profile, this video which is automatically created as soon as the podcast is published. How amazing is that? But it doesn't stop there. It will help you also to repurpose your Facebook Lives and Facebook videos to YouTube and upload them automatically to YouTube. How amazing is that? Now, what I love about that platform is that is not automatic every time, because if you know anything about YouTube, then you know that you don't want to use all the same content that you put on Facebook Live, put it on YouTube. But there are some of them that might be relevant, or maybe you do a Facebook Live and you want to unlist the video on YouTube and just put it private for your members. That's something that you can do as well. So you can manually accept which ones are going to be uploaded on YouTube, and then it will upload it. And it will pull them out immediately from your Facebook feed. How amazing is that? They have different options. One is $12 a month, which starts from the one that I'm on is $20 a month. And it starts with a 14 days free trial that you can test, so check the free trial. For this one, I actually have my affiliate link, so if you decide to go ahead and test it out, you can use my affiliate link. If you say, no, I don't want to give any money to Simone, that's fine. You can go on the website, which is repurpose.io, but use my affiliate link. Thank you very much. And that's the link, and you will find that at the bottom of your show notes or on the website, on the blog post that we created for this episode. So repurpose.io, check it out. There is my affiliate link. If you want to sign up, please sign up with that, or otherwise do whatever you want. I'm okay with that. Do whatever you want. But use it. It's pretty cool. It will save you a lot of time to repurpose your content, because time is money. Hey. Now, let's get back to the episode. So, as I said, today we're going to talk about how to create a never-ending stream of leads with the LinkedIn expert, LinkedIn wizard, Alla. And Alla has been called by the media the LinkedIn wizard. Is a lead generation expert. He's been training individuals and corporations on how to use LinkedIn for almost 7 years. Pretty cool, right? So he knows his stuff. And in this episode, we talk about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile to get leads, how to contact your potential clients on LinkedIn without becoming an annoying spammer, and how to use the LinkedIn advanced features to get more results. You can read the interview transcript and get bonus resources on our website, which is www.gtex.org.uk. sales.navigator.org.uk/episode iPhone 109. And or you can find the link again of the blog post here in the show notes. You can read the full transcript of the interview, and you can find also the link where you can connect with Alan. Now, before we start the interview, I want to remind you about our Ultimate Selling from the Stage checklist. So if you want to create presentation that sell like crazy from seminars and webinars and get more clients consistently, I've summarized all the experience that I had in more than 800 speaking engagements in a checklist, in a easy to follow checklist that will help you create a pitch that converts like crazy, but without using manipulative and sleazy techniques. I don't like that. And so you can find the link for the checklist in the show notes. And also there is one more thing, that if you want to receive support, connect with the speakers, get free trainings on how to explode your expert biz, then join our Facebook group that will help you grow your business faster, create meaningful connection, have fun, and create more opportunities for your business. So it's Explode Your Expert Biz Facebook group. You can find it on Facebook, or you can click on the link in the show notes. Now, to end this section, this introduction, if you want to reach out to me with any questions, suggestion for the show, you can email me at simone@gtex.org.uk. Come straight into my inbox. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe right now, like literally right now. Click that. Awesome. Good job. Thank you. And also leave us a review. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much for listening to the introduction. Now it's time to get the music started. Woohoo! Let's hear it from Alan Fine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Explode Your Expert Biz Show. I'm here with the one and only LinkedIn expert, Alan Fine. How you doing, Alan?
I'm doing well today. How are you doing today?
I'm incredibly well, thank you very much. Despite the snow, despite the cold, despite the weather, we are here, we are on, and we are live, right?
Yes. Well, it's colder here. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I bet you it's way colder here than it is where you are in London.
I'm sure it is. I mean, a lot of people in London complain about the cold, about the sun, about the weather, but we're not here to talk about the weather. We are here, Alan, to talk about LinkedIn, because
Yes.
I think the way I found you was through LinkedIn.
Yes, it is. That's how we connected through my system.
That's how we connected, and I looked at your profile, and it looked impressive. And
Thank
I
you.
said, this is a person I must have on my show. So then we connected, and here you are. So for the audience that doesn't know you, for our listeners that don't know you, can you tell us a bit more about yourself and how did you got involved in LinkedIn?
Sure, no problem at all. I've owned a boutique marketing company for about 20 years. I've been helping companies and individuals, website design, SEO, Facebook, all the normal things that any kind of marketing company would do. About 7 years ago, I decided to really get involved with LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn almost since day one. I think I got on the second year LinkedIn was open. And then I quickly realized that LinkedIn was much different than other traditional websites and other traditional social networking, as opposed to Facebook, where here's a funny video of my dog, doing tricks in the park. LinkedIn is much more about business, right?
Yeah.
And people are there and have a understanding that if they are there, they have a pre-acceptance to the fact that they're going to be talking to people about business situations. And then about 2 years ago, I had heard myself personally about people being able to actually generate leads and business off LinkedIn. And that quite intrigued me because, as you well know, for any marketer or any business at all, one of the main challenges all of us have are creating leads or a steady stream of leads for our funnel on a regular basis. So I figured if I could find out what other people are doing and then create my own system, that would solve one of the biggest challenges even I was having in my business as a marketing company, which was getting leads. So, I decided to really delve deep into LinkedIn, figured out how people were doing business and how they were generating leads on LinkedIn. And then about a little over a year ago, I launched my website, linkedinleads.ca, and things have been just phenomenally taking off, better than I possibly could have done or thought of beforehand. And with my traveling across USA and Canada primarily on training companies and individuals on LinkedIn, I can now also coach them on how to actually get business from LinkedIn as well, which is huge.
That's brilliant. What was your business before you started on LinkedIn? So you mentioned you were running a digital marketing company.
The digital marketing company, website design, SEO, Google AdWords, Facebook ads, social media stuff, all the same things that people are doing on a regular basis. And a lot of times companies and individuals are running that treadmill, trying to get social media to work for them, trying to get Google AdWords or SEO to work for them. And I found that, it was really exhausting having to chase that, Google, fix to get yourself, keep your rankings on top of Google all the time and post new content all the time. And it was very, very time consuming and expensive. I was probably spending, $2,000 to $4,000 on a regular basis every single month, like a lot of companies do, on the Facebook ads, on the AdWords, on creating backlinks and doing SEO. And then once I figured out how to do my LinkedIn thing, all that changed for me. I don't do anything else anymore at all. No more Facebook ads for my company. No more Google AdWords. No more worrying about SEO. I don't even know where my website ranks anymore. And frankly, I don't care. I really don't care at all.
As long as you have orders in.
Yeah. There's 550 million people plus worldwide on LinkedIn. It's like the it's like the biggest networking event in the world, and it's happening 24/7. And so when people talk to me about they're going to networking events and they're doing this stuff over here, I kind of have to laugh a little bit inside, because LinkedIn for me has been such a boom and godsend on my side that I want to share the information. I want to share the wealth. So many companies, especially in Alberta, we had that recession with oil and gas, tanking, the price of oil tanked. And beforehand, that was the main driver of the Alberta and some of the Canadian economy beforehand. And people are saying, oh my goodness, there's a recession on still. Well, not for me. The recession is not on. And I think that's more of a mindset for a lot of people, that the recession's on. It's just a matter of what can you do with out-of-the-box thinking. What can you do differently than 99.99% of most businesses are doing? And for me, it's been LinkedIn.
Absolutely. I'm now with this introduction, I'm eager. I'm eager to dive into your mind and extract some LinkedIn nuggets that we can give to our audience. So, as I said, I wanted to in the chat that we had before the show, I wanted to look at more advanced ways to use LinkedIn. Something that is not just you need to have a good profile. Of course, I need to have a good profile. Otherwise, even if you have a bad website, you're not gonna get customers. You need to have a profile picture that sees your face. Well, I think that's basic. Of course, someone needs to see your face if they want.
You'd be amazed that how many people, even though the content and information is out there, how many people just haven't gotten to it. I'm working with a brand new client who's a multimillionaire. I'm starting a new program with him. We just started working on things last week, and his LinkedIn, he hadn't been on LinkedIn for over a year with his profile.
Yeah.
And his profile picture was good, but he had no background banner. And if you look at him on LinkedIn, his name is Don Carson. DonCarson. He had no background banner. His contact information wasn't available on the right-hand side. And so even though people keep beating people over the head with this information as far as nice profile picture, make sure you're smiling, look friendly, make sure you have a background banner, make sure the content is information's on there properly, make sure your information's updated. I mean, how many LinkedIn profiles have you gone on and you clicked on the website and the website doesn't work even anymore? Right? Yeah, I mean, it just screams. It just screams to me, I'm not professional. I haven't updated things in a long time. I don't care. And people will judge people on those situations and make that snap decision in 2 seconds. So you better have all your ducks in a row. You better have recommendations. You better have all your skills and all your information updated. You better have your phone number on your profile so I can call you. So you're for yourself personally. I can't remember. Was your phone number on your profile? I don't know if it was or not.
I don't think so. I don't think. Oh,
yeah,
I put it.
Your profile's on there, but your website's not on your profile, or your YouTube page is not on your profile. Just looking at your profile right now. So for you, people want to know who you are, and they want to know what you can do for them, and it's very important. You have these little things like if your main business for yourself is your YouTube channel, then why is there not a link to that on your LinkedIn profile? Those kind of things, right? So all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed. I know people have gone over that beforehand on other shows with you, but people are still not doing it. And so that's the first thing.
So what I'm hearing you saying is make sure that on your profile as well, put the links to where people can find you, where you want them to see you, right?
Yeah.
So actually something that I'm going to do as soon as I finish this interview, because I want people to listen to our show, I'm going to put a podcast link on
exactly.
The link on the podcast
so,
there.
All those different things on sorry, my Outlook, I should close my Outlook on here, keeps on bringing messages on. But yeah, I mean, all those different things, so you if you want to do lead generation, especially on LinkedIn, the first thing people are going to do, and they're going to check out 3 things. So this is the first thing. Get out your paper and pen, people. Write these things down. Make sure your LinkedIn profile, once again, is updated. Make sure that your company on LinkedIn is updated, and that when you go to your experiences, you have a color picture beside your experience that shows your company page and goes to your company page. It's not a gray picture. Just looking at yours to see if yours, let's say, take yours second here. Yeah, so your first experience, it says Forbes contributor. The picture beside it is gray. So once again, next thing you want to do for yourself is you want to go, you have your GTX, your GTEX below it, but the Forbes contributor is got a gray picture beside it. So make sure that everything is done on your LinkedIn, and make sure that all your ducks are on a row. So if you go to, I'm not sure if you can see my screen right now, but
I can't see your screen.
I'll do a quick screen share with you.
Please
also.
do the screen share. So guys, if you're listening to the show, make sure that you click on the website where there's going to be the link. So there is going to be in the show notes a link to the blog post that we wrote about this show, and that's where you can see everything. Okay, right, cool.
So let me just go through my LinkedIn profile, and as I go through them, I'll show you the things I should do. Right?
Please.
So first of all,
that's brilliant. I'm loving this session. I'm loving this session already, Alan.
So does your banner look professional? Right? Does your banner and your profile tell people not only what you do, but especially what can you do for them? And we've all heard of the acronym WIFM, WIIFM, what's in it for me? That's what people want to know. They want to know what is in it for them. And then make sure your profile is also written so that people know if they hire you, what can you do for me? My banner says here, let me show you how to get a never-ending stream of leads on LinkedIn with a phenomenal program that has a money-back guarantee. you know in 2 seconds exactly what I do. There's no doubt in your mind.
Absolutely.
Next thing is my contact information, all my website information, my phone number, my email address, my Skype address, my Twitter address, all these different things, once again, done professionally and done properly. Okay? Content. You can put so much content on LinkedIn, or I like on LinkedIn on a regular basis now. I'm going to start doing videos myself very, very soon. A lot of people are doing videos on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's working.
Great idea.
It's working really well. Like
Yeah,
LinkedIn is pushing videos like crazy at the moment.
exactly. Articles. How many articles do you have on LinkedIn? On a regular basis, I'm posting articles on LinkedIn. I'm posting information on LinkedIn. People, and this is not only important because I feel that you should give back to the community by posting free information, but also articles and posts on LinkedIn show you as the absolute expert and authority in your niche. So it's very, very important. I have 117 articles myself and tons of posts. And, the next article I'm going to be writing that I will be writing on LinkedIn, which is going to be, what format does your article or post need to do or to be to get the most engagement? So I've recently looked on LinkedIn and tried to figure out who or what kind of articles or posts on LinkedIn really get tons of engagement. They get tons of comments, they get tons of views, tons of likes. So that'll be my next article.
So make sure.
Slowly that.
Can you please send me when you write this article? Can you please send me the link that we'll put in the show notes of the podcast as well, so
Sure.
people
Once
can
I
read
write
the
the article,
article.
so once again, just go to my profile, connect with me, and you can see my information. So the next thing on the profile is, once you have those things done, then you can go down to all my experiences I have here, your feature, skills, and endorsements. Make sure you have your top 3 at the very, very top here. I just changed this recently myself for LinkedIn lead generation. So make sure that you have the top 3 here. Recommendations are very, very important, right? How many recommendations do you have? Recommendations are testimonials. And so, people look at your recommendations and they go, well, who is he? Who's recommending him? What are they saying about him? Right? Very,
Yep.
very important
Yep.
that you have tons of recommendations, because the same way people go on Google reviews, recommendations are very, very important. And then your accomplishments, courses, interests, all these different things are on LinkedIn, all designed, all working together synergistically to make sure that when people click on your information, that they go to pages and information that makes you, once again, look like the absolute authority in your business.
Yeah, so it looks everything. What I'm loving about your part is that everything looks neat.
Yeah.
Everything feels is on brand, and I
Yeah.
think
On
that's
brand.
where you are. That's where you're doing something great there, and people can really take inspiration from it. So this is the
Yeah.
part of the LinkedIn profile. So that someone is checking you out.
Yeah.
Now, you are an expert in lead generation, and a lot of part lead generation is, of course, number one, get your stuff together, because once you reach out to someone, they're gonna check you out and judge you from there. But
Exactly.
then, how? Let's talk about reaching out to people.
Yeah.
What is from your way? Let's say you are working with a niche and you know who your ideal client is. What's the best
Right.
way to reach out to them? And the reason why I'm asking this question, Alan, is because I'm receiving pitches on LinkedIn every single day. And a
Yeah.
lot of them, they are not relevant, they are annoying. I don't even respond because it's like, who the heck are you? So, what's the best way that you found to get clients? Of course, when you're reaching out to people, you're going to receive a lot of no's. You're going to be people that don't care at all about what you do. But what
Yeah.
can you do to maximize this interest?
Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing is, and we've all received these kind of invitations. Don't try to sell somebody on LinkedIn either from your invitation, or we've all had this situation happen, and I'm sure you have also. Someone sends you an invitation, and the very second that you say yes to it, they are saying to you, buy my services. And you're going, WTF? I don't even know who you are,
Yep.
right? Why are you sending me this information about buying your services? I don't even know who you are. So it's very, very important that we change the conversation and turn things around so that people know you care about them, and it's all about them, not all about you. And the old saying that people will never know how much you care, or know will care how much you know until they know how
Yeah.
much you care.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Very, very true nowadays. Make sure that you engage with people in the way that you want to be engaged with yourself,
Yep.
and that you want to have people talk to you. And then the next thing, the third pillar on your LinkedIn strategy is make sure your website is updated. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure the information on your website, your LinkedIn company page, and your profile all say the same thing,
Yep.
so that if you are promoting one kind of service or one kind of product, it's not your website. Your website says one thing, your company page says something else, and your LinkedIn profile says something else. Everything's talking together. Everything's doing the same thing all at the same time.
Perfect. So this is an example of how you have your website. What I want to know is that talking about again reaching out. So when you
Right.
are reaching out to people, so what's the best way to approach and to start that conversation?
Right. Just send them a simple message, to people. And when you send a connection request to somebody, make sure that you always, and I do mean always, put a customized message in there as well. Don't send just a connection request. If you look in your received connection requests,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that 99.9% of people have no message at all,
Yep.
and therefore the stats are that people who send messages with connection requests are 50 to 60% more likely to have that person accept their connection request than have no message at all.
And what would you put? What makes a great message request? Because it's just saying, "Hey, I would love you to be your friend on LinkedIn." I mean,
No,
exactly,
no.
right?
Yeah.
How do
So
you create?
something to the sense that, hi, I saw your profile on LinkedIn. I'm doing this over here. I see you're doing this over there. I think we can do something together, or I think I can help you out with something. Once again, don't make it about you getting them as a connection. Try to give them some value. When I send out my connection request, for instance, I try to tell people, listen, I have almost 14,000 connections on LinkedIn. Can I leverage them for you? Do you need me to introduce you to somebody? Right? So the question in your mind and the client's mind, or the person you're trying to get as a connection, is, why should I connect with you? Once again, what's in it for me? And if you can offer
Absolutely.
them something, right? A way of helping them. I also tell people I can answer their questions for free about LinkedIn on a regular basis. So my article is saying, if you have a question or something you need to know on LinkedIn, I would be very, very happy to answer your information free of charge. And try to give back. The more you give back, the more you get.
Absolutely. I love the way you were introducing yourself. Incredibly powerful because if I'm there on LinkedIn, I'm not going to ignore this connection. It's like this guy has 14,000, so immediately positions you as someone who is highly connected,
Yeah.
and so there is this image of authority there, and then is wow. So he's offering to open up their network. It's like wow, thank you very much. So then once they respond, because at the end of the day, the ultimate aim is to gauge is this person going to buy farther down the line? So you might send them some free
Yes.
content, you might send them some free advice. Do you have a structure that you see in terms of connecting with people on LinkedIn that you say, actually, this is what is going to give you a highest return? Because I think that that's a topic that a lot of people are struggling with.
Sure.
I'm not a LinkedIn expert myself. I use LinkedIn, get clients from LinkedIn, very far from being a LinkedIn expert. And I have a lot of clients asking me something, and I'm like, this is what I do, but I don't know if it's good. Alan knows his stuff. So
Sure.
uh, tell me a bit more about that kind of sequence, or where do you ask them? At what point do you ask them for the business, or for shall we have a call, without breaking that relationship?
Of course, no problem. Yeah. So once again, very, very important. The first communication after the initial connection request should never be, would you be interested in buying my services? Never, never,
Mm.
never. The initial communication would be something like, thank you for accepting my connection request. I think my connections are very important to me, and our relationship should be mutually beneficial. I'm doing this. I was on your profile, but I'd like to learn more about you. Can you tell me what you're up to nowadays? The same
Hmm.
way as if you were in a live networking
Yeah.
meeting. Would you shake someone's hand and go, "Hi, Dave, would you want to buy my services?" No, you say, "Hi, Dave, how you doing? Tell me more about yourself. Are you married? Do you
Yeah.
have kids? Right? What are you up to nowadays?
Yeah.
What's going on about the weather over here? Do you have trouble getting here?" Right? I mean, all those different questions that people go. Some people have said to me, "You know what? That's too wishy-washy. I don't care about that stuff." Well, once again, people will never care how much you know until they know how much you care. If people can sense that you don't give a shit about them, that you're only in it for yourself, they will never be your clients. And so for me, I really have a passion for helping people out. I've always been a coach of some kind in my whole life, either a life coach or a
Yeah.
business coach or a marketing coach or a LinkedIn coach. So my whole thing is, and I'll be very, very happy to help somebody for free, off the bat as far as answering questions. For me, it's not all about the money. The money comes, and the money is important, of course, but it comes. If you have from your heart, and you know this yourself, if you have from your heart that you want to help people out,
Hmm.
and that you are there for people, the money is secondary. It'll come. It'll be there. It's just a matter of, how can you really, what can you do to make this world better? What can you do to help somebody out? And that's how I live my life every single day. And if I get a client out of the deal, that's fantastic. But, with my LinkedIn thing, with my LinkedIn system, I do probably anywhere between 5 to 15 lead sales calls every single week,
Hmm.
and I often have to turn things down or have my team book me further ahead because I don't want to, be overbooked or be burned out.
Yep.
So, very, very important that you are there to help people out first. So, yeah, get to know people. LinkedIn and social media marketing has, done a 180 over the last couple of years. I think it's done a complete turnaround in some way, 360, whatever it's called, where it's no longer about finding someone and sending them to a sales page to buy something from you. It's now all about relationship
Yeah.
building.
Absolutely.
How can I help you out?
I love it. I absolutely love this message. And what I'm hearing you saying, Alan, is like treating the LinkedIn conversation as a real conversation, as you
Yeah,
would do in a real physical live event, in a real
yeah,
physical meeting, in a real physical environment, where
yeah.
you find out about them, they find out about you, then you see if there are some synergies. If they are not great, that's fine. If there are some synergies, great, awesome. Then they engage with your content, then they engage with their content. So, uh, and also think that is really important for people to move away from the mentality of I need the sale now, because
Yeah.
that's where I think people mess up social media. I'm my biggest revenue stream is actually Facebook. Facebook gives me about 70, well, 80% of our revenue streams, because that's the platform where I have the larger following, where I'm the most engaged. Now moving LinkedIn is generating leads as well, but it's all about the long game. It's all about being
Right.
there, showing up every day with relevant content, with relevant value, where they know about you, you know about them, they show you care. And then when you have something going on, hey, I have this going on. Are you interested? Yes,
Yeah,
great, awesome.
exactly.
No, okay, that's fine. Have a great day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one more question before we wrap up, and that's more about the advanced paid features of LinkedIn.
Sure.
So
Of
because
course.
you have free features that are
Yeah.
great, that are awesome. I mean, if you think about that, how easy is to get leads just by knowing how to use LinkedIn for free is awesome.
Yeah.
But then
Exactly.
you might want to step up the game, and maybe you are want to get leads, and you get for Sales Navigator. Can you
Yeah.
spend a bit of time just on briefing explaining what Sales Navigator is and what's the best way, the most effective way to use it?
Yeah, sure. So LinkedIn has a variety of premium accounts. The two kinds of accounts I recommend my clients to get is either the career account or the Sales Navigator account.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason when you want to have any premium membership at all is three or four different things. Number one, you won't hit the commercial use limit as quickly. In some cases, not at all because of the account you have. Number two, when you go to who's viewed my profile on a premium account of any kind at all, you can see everybody.
Mm.
Also, with a premium account, generally speaking, when you're sending out a connection request, you won't need their email address. And then going to Sales Navigator, the reason you want to use Sales Navigator is because it has advanced filtering, being able to go to, has more cities, more locations in the filtering, as well as also if it's very important to you as part of your lead generation strategy, and I have several clients on Navigator for this reason, and you need to know the company size or
Yes.
company revenue, Sales Navigator will show you that information.
Fantastic. And then
Oh,
from
and one second. One very,
yeah,
very important thing I learned recently, super important.
go for it.
I didn't know this, but the Sales Navigator inbox or mailbox and the normal LinkedIn messaging inbox are not connected.
I know. I so you know what?
And it blows me away because you can have conversations with somebody on your Sales Navigator inbox, and then you're going to your regular inbox, and the conversation's not there at all. And you're thinking to yourself, well, what the hell? I'm not receiving my messages. And then you might message them several more times on the two different situations, but don't do that because LinkedIn, and this is, I'm not sure if it's LinkedIn or Microsoft. Let's face it, it's Microsoft. Microsoft, the guys who brought us Windows Vista, my God, the most horrible operating system. We'll roll it out. We won't test it at all. But yeah, I mean, LinkedIn, I was talking to somebody, they're thinking about blending the two mailboxes. I don't know why they haven't already. It seems ridiculous to me that you have a
Exactly.
special mailbox and the
For
conversations you have on one are not in the other.
that's I think that the reason why they did it originally, because I know that if you start with the Sales Navigator and you stop all your data and you stop paying the membership, all your data are cancelled. That's how
Right.
they keep you on Sales Navigator. So probably that's a feature to get people to get people to stay and keep paying.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that seems ridiculous to
but I
me
think it's
because,
ridiculous because I actually signed up for Sales Navigator. Was that 2 days ago? And I tested it out. I said I want to test it out, and I'm already loving it. I'm
yeah,
absolutely already loving it. So I'm gonna stay. But then I
yeah,
sent a message to an existing potential client where I had already a conversation with, and I
yeah.
wanted to use Sales Navigator and move the conversation there. And then I was like, why are they not showing? And then realized there are two different
Yeah.
inboxes. So, Bill,
Ridiculous.
Bill, please sort this out.
Yeah, Bill, talk to the guys in Ireland and tell them to connect the two, please. We would appreciate it very much. Very important feature to have.
Fantastic, Alan. I absolutely love this interview.
Sure. And before I go here, I'll tell you about my program for a second.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
wanted exactly to
yeah,
ask you. What I wanted to
Sure.
ask you was what kind of programs do you have, and where can people find you?
Sure. The website address, and you can put it into the video yourself afterwards, is linkedinleads.ca. And here's the website once again. I'll just show it to you on the screen sharing interface on Skype over here. And so linkedinleads.ca. And I have two kinds of programs. One is a teach a man to fish. It's called Foundations. I train you, I coach you on how to do everything on LinkedIn and give you some information on your messaging, all the different things I do with you are here, and the foundation program from number 1 to number 9. And then the second one, because people came to me afterwards and said, you know what, I'm so busy, I don't have time to do anything at all. Can you do everything for me and simply book my telephone calls for me for my sales meetings? And I said, okay, I will book your telephone calls and I'll do all the communication for you. I'll do your profile for you. I will do everything, absolutely everything for you. All you have to do is communicate with me on a regular basis about who's talking to you, and then show up for your telephone calls and close the deal. That's it.
That sound like two amazing programs. So we're going to have the links of your website and your programs down the show notes and on our blog
Yeah.
post. Guys, make sure that you connect with Alan. Alan, before you leave, any last word of wisdom?
Yeah. Just, be true, be yourself. Don't BS people. Don't try to screw people over. Give. The more you give, the more you'll get. Simple as that. If you give people and come from your heart, people will come back to you as well.
Fantastic. What a powerful way to finish this episode. Alan, thank you very much for being part of the show. Thank you for this interview. I've definitely learned a lot, and I've got some homework to do. So as soon as I finish this call right now, I'm going to do my homework on LinkedIn. So guys, make sure that
Perfect.
right now you guys do your homework, because you've been listening. And if you just learn without action, nothing happens. So make sure that you take the action now, do your homework. And if you haven't subscribed to the show yet, make sure that you subscribe right now. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. Let us know, what did you love the most about Alan interview? What was your biggest takeaway? And of course, give us a 5-star review. Come on, like, don't be stingy. This was
Yeah.
this was a 5-star rating interview, so don't be stingy with that. All right, guys, thank you very much, Alan. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Have a great day, okay?
You too, indeed. See you.
Bye-bye.